Greetings, 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 wherever you are. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is a beautiful Saturday morning. It is another weekend. God has been good, and we are grateful that you are here. Please share to bring somebody on when you get on here as we soak in the music a little bit. Please share to be a blessing to someone. Be a blessing to someone. You are so welcome. You are my strength. We will soak in the music a little bit, but please share to bring somebody on. You are my present in time of need. My rock, my life, you are my salvation. You are so welcome, you are so welcome, you are so welcome. When you get on here, please share to be a blessing to somebody. You are very welcome. My banding, me jane kobia. You are so welcome, you are so welcome, you are so welcome. We will soak in the music a little bit and we would start in few. You are very welcome. Happy Saturday to you all. And to all my fellow Americans, happy Labor Day to you all in advance. You are so welcome. You are so welcome. You are welcome. Please share to be a blessing to somebody when you get on here. It is a dose of encouragement. As I share to our other platforms, please be a blessing to somebody. Be a blessing to someone. Oh, be around to someone. We will start in few. My banding, me jane kobia. You are welcome, you are welcome, you are welcome. It is a dose of encouragement with Amanda. It is a dose of encouragement incorporated now. You are so welcome. Happy Saturday to you all. Be a blessing to somebody and share this video. Be a blessing to someone and invite somebody on here. Be a blessing to somebody by inviting them on here. You are so welcome. Thank you for joining. Please share to be a blessing to someone. Please share to bring somebody on. You are so welcome. Happy Saturday to you. You are welcome. As we soak in the music, we will start in 2 minutes. You are very welcome. How was your weekend? No, how was your week? And how is your weekend going? You are welcome. My rock, my life, my salvation. You are so welcome. It is a dose of encouragement. You are very welcome. You are my strong tower that I run to. You are my presence in time. We will start in a minute. You are my rock, my life, my salvation. You are so welcome. You are so welcome. You are so welcome. Happy Saturday to you all. Wherever you are welcome. Thanks for joining. Please share to be a blessing to someone. Share to invite someone. Share to be a blessing to somebody. Someone needs to hear this. Be a blessing to them. Be a blessing to them. You are welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome. So, happy Saturday to you all. I come your way again this morning. A beautiful Saturday that God has made. And I am so glad and happy that you are here. As I always say, we do not take your support lightly. We do not take your support lightly at all. You are so welcome. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for always supporting this cause. You are very welcome. So today, Saturday, God has been good again. Last week I was talking about who am I, and who am I that I am alive again. I think we would have time to talk about that topic later. But you are welcome to a dose of encouragement. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Amanda Akufi-Aye. And as you all can see, today our topic is patience or being patient. Patience or being patient. You know, most of the times we take decisions before we realize that what we said or what we did, we were supposed to have waited on that. Most of the times we jump into conclusions, we jump right off the back whenever situations happen without we sitting back and thinking about what we need to do. So you might ask me, patience, Amanda, what do you want to talk about? What do you mean by being patient? You know, patience is a virtue. Patience is a virtue. It is an attribute that we all need to have. It is an attribute that we need to learn if we don't know. It is something that we need to incorporate in our day-to-day life. It is something that we need to have in order to succeed in anything that we're doing. Because if we're doing something and we are not being patient about it, that means that whatever we're doing is not going to go the right way. That means that whatever we're doing would not yield the result that we want. That means that whatever we're doing, we are going to do it anyhow. We are going to handle it anyhow. So patience itself is a virtue. It is an attribute that we need to have. It is something that we need to always incorporate in our lives. Thanks for joining. If you are here, please share to bring somebody on. Share to be a blessing. And we thank you for your support. Excuse me. So patience, it's a virtue. And it can help us to achieve our goals. It can help us to achieve our aims. It can help us in so many forms. You know, some people say that patience is not the ability to wait, but it's the ability to keep a good attitude whilst you are waiting. Okay? So it is not the ability to wait. It is not the ability to say that, yes, I'm being patient because I'm waiting. I'm being patient because I am not doing what normally I would do. I'm being patient because I am not saying this, I am not doing that, I am not doing that. But patience itself is not the ability to wait, but it is the ability to be in good character, to be in good attitude whilst you're waiting. And you tell me, you ask me that, what do you mean? But it is not the ability to wait, because we all know for a fact that when you're being patient, you're waiting on something. We all know that when you're being patient, you stepping back and waiting on something. But it is not the ability to wait, but the ability to be able to be in good attitude whilst we're waiting. So the ability for us not to run out of character, let me put it that way, for the ability for us to hold ourselves, the ability for us to say that, yes, I know I want to really act on this. Yes, I know I want to really give this person an answer. Yes, I know I really want to tell this person my peace of mind. But yet I am going to hold on. Yet I am going to have a good attitude. Yes, I am going to have a good character whilst I am waiting. It could be anything. It could be the fact that you're doing something, you're working on your dreams, and yet you're not having that patience. It could be in so many forms. But the ability for us to hold ourselves, the ability for us to keep up with whatever we're doing, the ability for us to stand up and say, hey, I need this done ASAP, but yet I need to hold on. I need to step back. I need to gather myself. Let me put it that way. Gather myself and look for the right time to act, or look for the right time to speak, or look for the right solution before I speak. So it is not the ability to wait, but the ability to be in good character or be in good attitude whilst we're waiting. Not just allowing time to pass, but keeping a great... Yes, George. Yes. Keeping a great attitude whilst you wait. Being able to hold your anger. Being able to hold yourself. Being able to hold or be in expectancy. Being in yes, that's the word. Being in an expectancy and saying that, hey, I know for a fact that this thing can't wait anymore. But if I take it my time, if I do it the right way, if I go gradually, if I follow the steps, if I follow the nuggets that I have in my hands, I will be able to get to where I need to get to. And that is something you need to always have in mind, that it is not you waiting, it is how you wait, it is what you do whilst you're waiting, it is how you act whilst you're waiting. So we can see that patience is a virtue. Welcome, Labi. Thanks for joining. Please share to bring somebody on. So patience itself is a virtue, and it can help us in so many ways by achieving our goals. It can help us maintain more positive outlook on life, and then make less decisions that will end up causing us. Make decisions that will help us in achieving or attaining what we need to attain. Help us to get to where we need to get to. Help us to be able to understand or grasp the situation, grasp the whole thing that is going on, that we have in front of us. So when we talk of patience, when we talk of being able to step back, when we talk of being able to hold until the right time, it takes work. You know, most of us, we end up flaring right when the situation happens, right when things come our way. We don't even sit down, or we don't even take time to think about it. We don't even take time to say, why is this happening? What do I need to do in order to season my words, in order not to say anything that I will regret, in order not to give the impression that, hey, this person, this is how he or she is. We don't do that. We just end up going right into action mode. We end up, because this person has done that, so we need to prove, or we need to show that person that, yes, we too, we have landed. We need to show that person that we too, we can say, or we too, we can do certain things. But at the end of the day, we end up hurting ourselves and not that person. We end up letting people know a side of us that is not even, it might not even be who we are. But the fact that you've shown that, the fact that you weren't patient enough, the fact that you weren't calm enough to think through what needs to be thought through, think through what needs to go into your decision in order to go out there and then be intentional about your words, we end up flaring up. We end up flaring up. This makes us less prone to. So when we are patient, it makes us less prone to bad decisions. It makes us less prone to hasty decisions. It makes us less prone to negative reactions. It makes us less prone to anger, stress, and all that negativity that comes with. So patience is not the ability to wait, but the ability to do the right thing, or to be in good attitude whilst you're waiting. The ability to be able to separate yourself from that issue, the ability to be able to separate yourself from that negativity that is going on. That is what we call patience. That is what we need to have in order to sustain what we've built, in order to sustain what we think of building, in order to sustain what we think we want to go at the end of the day. Sometimes things ain't clear enough, and you do not have to take that decision right there and then. Sometimes you need to set yourself apart. Sometimes you need to step away from the situation in order to think it through. Because maybe tempers are high. Maybe everybody is angry and everything is coming at you at the same time. And so when you act at that instant, you end up at the end of the day realizing that, hey, I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. But then somebody will ask me, but Amanda, what of those that they know that, oh, if I do this to this person, he's patient enough or she's patient enough not to even retaliate to what I say. And so they take advantage of that. What about those people? Somebody would ask that. But ask yourself this. What does the person gain if you respond to them? What will the person have if you stoop so low to their level? What would you gain? You yourself, what would you gain in that? Would you end up beating yourself for not being able to have that patience? Would you beat yourself for not being able to sit back and say that, what is this and why is this happening? How am I supposed to react to this? Would you be in that situation? So when you face negative situations, take a minute. Take a minute to gather your thoughts. Take a minute to look at the situation from a different angle. Take a minute to separate yourself from the situation and ask yourself, let's say if it wasn't me in this situation and it was somebody else in this situation, how am I going to tell this person to react? How am I going to advise this person to react? How am I going to advise this person to take it? And that is what you take. That is what you do in order to hold yourself from saying things that you will regret at the end of the day. So when we are faced with negative situations, hold yourself. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute and don't jump into action mode right there and then. This is human beings. We are quick to jump into situations. We are quick to jump into action before we think about what we are doing, before we think of what we said or what we did. But if we have patience enough, it will go a long way. As I said, it is not the ability to wait, but the ability to do the things that needed to be done whilst you're waiting. The ability to assess the situation and find the right solution to it. The ability to say that, oh, that is that person's opinion. I don't need to stoop that low to that person's level in order to answer them, because if I answer them, then I am getting to their level. It's the ability to have all these thinking whilst you are angry. So if you are facing or you've been faced with negative situations, take a minute. Step aside. Go blow the steam somewhere. Go get some air, as some of us call it. Go get some air. I was speaking to a friend of mine yesterday, and that was the topic, one of the issues that it wasn't even about the patients. It was about, I'm having issues and I'm going for work, because I realized that the person was walking too much. I was like, where are you going? He's like, oh man, I need to take a break. I need some air. I need to clear my head. Sometimes this is what you got to do. Sometimes you have to dissociate yourself from the situation. Dissociate yourself from that environment. Dissociate yourself from that negativity. But then again, if that person is walking away in order to, how do I put it? In order to prevent escalation, let them go. In order to prevent things getting so much heated, let them go. But if that person is walking away because they feel like they just want to walk away, to let them go, because you do not know what the person is working on. You do not know how the person wants to respond to what you are saying. And I might say that I am guilty of that. I sometimes when I'm talking to my husband, let's say we have an issue and we're talking about it, and he decides to walk away. I kind of, before this, I was like, why is he walking away? Why doesn't he want to stand or sit here for us to talk? Why is he giving us, saying that, oh, I need a break, I'm going, and then he grabbed his keys and then he walks out. But until you realize, thanks, Ma Joyce, for joining. Yes, taking a break really helps. Yes. So until you are in that situation and you realize that you need to get away from this, because if you don't, something will happen. You know, sometimes certain things need to give in order for peace to reign. Sometimes certain things need to give in order for you to move from where you are to the other place. So again, I'm saying patience is a virtue, and it is not the ability to wait, say, oh, I'm doing this and I need to, no, but the ability to do the things that needed to be done, to sit down and think through and say, this happened, that happened, why, what caused it, and all that. Like, you yourself need to have a conversation with yourself. You yourself need to sit down and explain the situation to yourself. If that is the case, do that. Thanks for joining, Miss Jemima. Thank you so much for joining. Please share to bring somebody on. Sometimes that's what you need to do. So when you are faced with negative situations, take a minute. Take a minute. And don't act on our that's the word. Do not let us act on our emotions. Because sometimes, 9 out of 10 times, we act on our emotions and we end up being wrong. We act so much on our emotions that, oh, why me? Or he did this, so I need to do the same thing. I need to retaliate. Tit for tat. No. Patience is a virtue. It can help us to achieve so many of our goals. It even not necessarily in our relationships, but even in our own lives. Whilst we're working on our dreams and our goals, whilst we're working on our project, you might think that, oh, I have done this, and it's not working, so I am stopping. You gotta be patient. The fact that you have tried and you failed means that there is a possibility that you did something wrong. There is a possibility that you did not choose something right. And so you not giving up, and you haven't patient enough to retry. You haven't patient enough to say that, yes, I did this, but I need to redo it. That is we not giving excuses. No more excuses. It is we not saying that I don't have the patience to wait. I don't have the patience to do this again. I don't have the time to go back in and then redo it. Sometimes we need to sit down and then think of, what did I do wrong? What did I say wrong? How did I go wrong? And then assess ourselves. It's good for us to assess ourselves from time to time. It is that good. Because that is the only way we will know what to do, how to do it, and when to do it, or when to say it. That is the only way. But if you don't do that, and we always jumping into conclusion, we always jumping into action, we always thinking that, oh, he's coming for me, so I have to go, I have to meet that person with that same heat, then we end up having so many issues. We end up going through a lot. We end up now realizing that what we done or what we said has negative impact on our lives, has negative impact on that situation or on the people that we call family or friends. So we do need to step back sometimes. We do need to step back sometimes. I said, to reach your goals and your dreams, you need to have that patience. You need to be able to work through the hurdles, work through the obstacles, work through the struggles, go through it each and every day. Because maybe we're not doing things right. Maybe we need to look at it from a different angle. I need to make jollof rice, but my stew is not what I wanted. How do you say that, oh, I'm just gonna put it in like that and go? No, you need to find a way to remedy that situation. You need to find a way of setting that record straight. It's like you cooking rice and then the salt you put into that rice is way too much, and you say that, well, it's already in the rice, so I'm going to put it on. No, what do you do to remedy that situation? You have that patience enough to rewash that rice, put new water on it, and then put new salt on it to your taste, to one that will not make it too much, to make it just right. So you realize that you took your time by remedying that situation. You didn't just jump into conclusion and say, what will be, will be. What will be, will be. So I'm just going to put it on heat like that. We need to remedy that situation. To lose your patience is to lose the battle. For us to lose our patience is to lose the battle. The battle that we're trying to fix, the thing that we're trying to remedy, the thing that we're trying to have it go to its climax, have it go to its destination. We lose that battle. The moment you lose your patience, the moment you lose your cool, the moment you act on an impulse, you lose the battle. Because then all you ever got to do is remedy what you've done wrong. Remedy what you said wrong. Remedy what you might have said wrong, done wrong, or anything. So for you to lose your patience is you losing the battle. And is that what we want? Do we want to always lose the battle because we lost our patience? Do we want to always lose the battle because we lost what we need to have? Do we always want to lose the battle because we do not have the right attitude whilst we waited? So patience is not the ability to wait, but the ability to do the right thing whilst we're waiting. In every aspect of our lives, marriage, job, career, church, social settings, we have to learn not to break, not to back at every barking dog. Pause, reflect. That is it, Miss Jemima. That is it. Pause, reflect, and become. It is a difficult road to walk on, but it brings amazing. That's very true. That is very true, man. It is very, very true. That's why I said for you to lose the patience that you have is you losing the battle. Because before the whole thing starts, you've already given yourself to defeat. Before the whole thing starts, you've already let go. You've already said something that doesn't need to be said. And now you got to repair. You got to repair and remedy. It is very true. It is hard to work on. Yes. Sometimes, like, somebody says something to you and you're like, did that person just say this to me? Did that person just say that? Really? And our pumps start, our hearts start pumping. Our demeanor start to change. And we're like, I need to say something. Because if I don't, like we Africans, we have the notion of, if he says it and I don't say something, then I'm weak. No. Why do you want us, or why do you want to go down low to that person's level? Why do you have to do that? Nothing is easy to come by. No good thing is easy to come by. No good relationship is easy to come by. No good marriages is easy to come by. It takes work. It takes patience. It takes the ability to do the right thing whilst you're waiting. I said patience is better, but it's bitter, but its fruit is sweet. It is so hard to be patient. It is so hard to sit there and not say something when somebody is insulting you, when somebody is gossiping about you, when somebody is doing things wrong to you. It is so hard. And that is the bitterness. That is the stage of bitterness. But at the end of the day, its fruits is so sweet. Its output is so sweet to the extent that that person will realize how foolish or how stupid they've been, because all that they said or all that they did to you, you didn't say anything. All that they did to you, you didn't utter a word. You didn't give in to them. So they end up looking, excuse my language, stupid, because you didn't respond to them. They end up thinking, oh shoot, he's really not going to respond to me. She's really not going to respond to me. Doesn't mean that she doesn't care what I'm doing. Then it is that point that you start to have them second guessing everything that they do, second guessing anything that they do, because you're not giving it to them. You're not stepping too low to their level. So they start to think through, what is she doing? What is he doing? Why is he not responding to me? Why is he doing this? Why is he doing that? Why is he not answering to anything that I say? He does that. He does that. Then they start second guessing, looking for a way out because they didn't get anything from you. Sometimes situations are not clear, and we do not have to take decision right away. We do have to wait. Have patience with all things, but first with yourself. Have patience with all things, but first with yourself. Because if you don't have patience with yourself, how are you going to have patience for the next person? If what you are dealing with yourself, you cannot be patient enough. Excuse me. You cannot be patient enough to go through that process. How then do you have that patience for somebody else? How then do you have patience for someone else who is coming to you with trouble? How then do you have patience for somebody else who is coming to you with so many negativity? Have patience with all things, but with yourself first. Do you have patience for yourself? Or are you one of us that when we are doing things or we're working on project and it's not working, we end up, or we start to go into panic mode. We start to go into frustration. Are you one of those? Learn to be patient with yourself. Because that is the only way you'll be patient with the next person. That is the only way you'll be patient with your partner. That is the only way you'll be patient with that situation that you're facing. Learn to be patient. But in so doing, be patient with yourself. In so doing, be honest to yourself. Find that solution. Find that breakthrough. And before you speak, before you act, before you react, take a step back. When you have patience, you have wisdom. Because you tend to digest every situation. You tend to digest every word that you want to say. That's why I said, let your words be seasoned. Don't say that because that person has said this thing to me, so I'm also going to say whatever I want to that person. They might not care what they say to you, but you will end up beating yourself at the end of the day. You will end up regretting what you said or what you did for you not having patience. You will end up regretting that. There are two things that define a person. Your patience when you have nothing, and your attitude when you have everything. My Jemima said, patience builds maturity. Yes, it does. There are two things that define you. Two. Your patience when you have nothing, and your patience when you have everything. Are you not having anything and you taking your time, or you going through the steps to make sure that you've gotten what you need to get, to make sure that you make it in life? Are you taking that time? Are you taking that time, that patience to work on yourself? That is what defines you. When you don't have anything, do you have that patience to wait? Or you say that my friends are going, my colleagues are doing better than me. I started with them and they have this, I don't have that. They have that, I don't have that. Listen, do not let anybody's life pressure you to lose your patience. Do not let people's life on social media pressure you to lose your patience. Whatever you have now, hold it, nurture it, work on it. And by so doing, you would surely make it too. By so doing, you will surely get to where you have to get to. By so doing, everything will fall in place. In pleasant places, as a matter of fact. But do not let anybody push you to lose your patience. What is defined in you? In this situation where you don't have anything, what is defined in you? In this situation when things seem to go left, in this situation when things seem to not add up as you want it to be, in this situation when all has left you to fend for yourself, when people that you helped, when people that once some time ago you helped have left you because situations are now working for you. Do you have that patience when you don't have anything? Is that what is defining you? Miss Jemima is saying that patience builds maturity. Yes. In order for it to define your life, in order for it to define your situation, you need to build that maturity. You need to be able to sit there and say that I have nothing, but I am going to be patient. I am going to be patient with every process that I am going to. Thanks for joining, Miss Comfort. That is what you have to say. That I don't have much, but I am going to be patient with what I have. I am going to be patient with the situation I am going through. I am going to be patient because I know that someday, some way, somehow, things will change. Patience is not the ability to wait, but the ability to do things right whilst you wait. The ability to get that wisdom whilst you wait. The ability not to do anything out of your comfort zone that you're not supposed to do. That doesn't mean that you don't have to push yourself out of your comfort zone to reach what you want to get, when you have the right mindset, when you have the right resources, when you have the right ingredient at hand. That is not it. But do not let somebody's flashy life on social media push you into going out of your normal being, going out of your patience, going out of that waiting period that you've been in all this while. Two things that defined us: our patience when we have nothing, when we have nothing to prove, when we have nothing to show for, when things are not going well for us, and our patience or our attitude when we have everything. Do you think that you have everything and so you don't have patience for anybody? Do you think that you have everything and so you don't have time for anybody? Do you think that you have everything and so whatever somebody says, you don't care? Let these things define you. Let patience define you. Don't let it be that you don't have time for people that you're supposed to have time for. And by saying that, I mean people that are in your life that might hurt you. People that are in your life that might say things that will hurt you to your core. People that are in your life that will come or will do things that you will ask yourself that, why? I am doing everything and anything that I can do in order to make things right, but why? Don't let them push you out of you being patient. Patience is the best remedy for every troubles that you might find yourself in. When you are faced with negativity, step back, take a minute. Gather your thought before you say anything. Gather your thought before you act on anything. Gather your thought, because we human beings, the moment somebody say anything, we jump into it. Why can't I have to say something to match up? Why I have to do something to match up? It's more like we are in competition with somebody. Because they've done this, I have to do this. Because they said that, I have to say this. No. Be patient with all things, but first with yourself. Is that job not going as planned? Is that business not going as planned? Is that marriage not going as planned? Is that education not going as planned? Be patient. And keep trying. Be patient and keep on. Be patient and keep pushing through. Be patient. It might not be easy, but be patient. It might not be easy, but be patient. It might not be an easy road to walk on, but be patient. As Miss Jemima said, it's not every barking dog that you have to back to. It's not every negative situation that you have to respond to. It's not every negative attitude from somebody that have to get your attention. Be matured enough to know when to walk away. Be matured enough to know when to speak. Be matured enough to know when to say something and when not to. Be matured enough. Be matured enough. Be matured enough. Be matured enough. Have that confidence. Have that self-control. Have that self-control. Sometimes it is difficult. I know. It is so hard sometimes not to say anything. It is so hard sometimes not to act back. It is so hard sometimes not to say that I will pay them back in their own coin. It is. But in all, have that self-control. Not to say anything that you will regret later. Not to say anything that you will end up saying, why did I say this? Let patience, communicate, commitment, grace and purpose guide us. Patience attracts happiness. It brings the near. It brings near things that are far. It brings near things that it's out of our reach. It brings near things that we think that we cannot achieve because we were patient enough to go through that process. Trust every process that you are in. Trust every situation that you are in. Because I always say that if you are not going to be able to handle that situation, then God would not have given you that situation in the first place. He does not give us anything that we can't handle. Yes, sometimes we think that I am tired. I can't go on anymore. I can't do this anymore. I'm trying, but it's not working. I can't do it anymore. Sometimes we say that. I've been there. Am I perfect? Like me sitting here talking to you, am I perfect? No, I'm not. Don't ever think that anybody is perfect. I am not perfect. I have my flaws too. Yes, there has been times that I flared up without having that patience before and after. I was like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have done that. I have been there. But through it all, we learn from it. Through it all, we strive to be the best of us. Through it all, we strive to be where we want to be. Don't let anybody push you out. When we come with nice face like this, I'm happy for you, and I ask God, when will I have smile without faking it? You don't have to fake it. You don't have to fake it, but it is how you act on that situation. It is how you want that situation to have effect on you. That is the most things. Can I sit here and say that I don't have an issue? No, I can't sit here and say that. But will you let that issues that you have change who you are? Change your perception, change your demeanor, change your actual being? No. So we're not coming here with nice faces and happy that, we are not facing any issue. We might be battling with our own issues too. But listen, as I always say on this platform, we come here to work on ourselves. We come here to work on our issues. We come here to learn from each other. So it is not one-way street that, oh, she knows everything and I don't. No, it's not that. I might have done something wrong that at the end of the day, you sit down and you say, why did I do that? Why did I say that? I should have been patient enough. I should have held on a little bit before saying anything. We all have been there. Some of us are desperate not because we want to be or not, but that we are impatient. But our situation are beyond. Our situation are beyond that. We sometimes feel like dying or have lots of regret. Listen, let me tell you this. It has happened. Whatever the situation is, it has happened. How you move from here to that phase determines or defines you. Let me put it that way. Because as I said earlier on, what defines us is our patience when we don't have anything, and our attitude when we have everything. And you say that, but Amanda, it doesn't relate to that. Give me a minute. It relates to that because what was your patience when that situation was happening? What was your attitude when that issue was going on? Do you get what I'm saying? And when that situation happened, I know for a fact you might have done what you needed to do. I know for a fact you might have done all that you can, but yes, situations are not getting better. That's why I say sometimes all you need is walking away from that situation. Sometimes all you need is reassuring yourself that I am doing all that I can. I am doing my best. I might not be perfect, but I'm doing everything and anything that I need to do. Okay? And so I will continue doing my best. And if there is any way that I have to change, then I will work on that and change as well. If I am a contributor to whatever is happening, and I will work on to change as well. But if that is not the case, and you're doing anything and everything that you are doing, and yet that situation keeps revolving or keeps coming back, be patient enough. As I said, being patient is not how you do things, or it's not how you wait, or how you say, yeah, If that's what she wants to do, then let her do it or let him do it. But it's us finding solutions. It's us finding the right words. It's us finding, yes, the right words in doing what we need to do. So if they need that what they are doing wrong, you don't have to say it. You have to let it be for some time to see how things go, then do it. Miss Jemima, at a point in life, you have to sit yourself down and have, that's it. That's it right there. Boom, Miss Jemima. And I've had this conversation on here before, that sometimes you need to sit down and have conversations with yourself. The same way we put a chair out and say that, God, I'm inviting you to come sit on this seat because today we need to talk. You can do same with yourself. Have conversation with yourself. Tell yourself you want to have patience. Yes, it will take you losing friends, leaving associate, even a church if need be, because the same circles sometimes triggers a lot. That's true. That's true. That's why I said, do not let anybody push you to do things that you don't have to do. Thank you so much, Miss Jemima. Do not let people push you to do things that you don't want to do. Is it wrong to walk out of marriage which you know is not working, or is being impatient? Or one, is it wrong to walk out of a marriage which you know is not working, or one is being impatient? What will society say or religion say? Listen, I am in no point a marriage counselor. I am in no point a counselor in general, but I can tell you this, or I'm going to tell you this. With the little, the last part of your conversation, of your comment, that what will society say? If you looking at what society will say, let me ask this question. Where was society when you were going through that? Is society more important than your sanity? Is society more important than you being able to say to yourself that my self-confidence, my sanity is much more important? I wouldn't tell you on here that yes, go ahead and walk out of your marriage. But what I will tell you is that you got to make it work until it has gotten to that point where it is a done deal. Let me put it that way. Because you can't force it. Let me put it that way. You can't force yourself to say that I'm out. I've checked out. I'm in here, but I've checked out. Yes, seek counsel before you walk out. You can't say that I've done everything I'm doing, but I'm checked out. No, you can't do that. Work on it. No marriage is perfect. No marriage is perfect, but with patience and with counseling, as Miss Jemima is saying, seek that before you take any decision. When we talk of counseling, we're not talking of your friend giving you advice or your neighbor giving you advice. We're talking of professional counseling. So if you need to go to a therapist and sit there and pour out your heart, then do it. Pour out your stress, then do it. But I wouldn't tell you on here. That is not what we are here to do. We are not here to tell people, yes, walk out. No, we are not. That's not what we're doing here. No. We are here to encourage ourselves to deal with whatever situations we might be having. And one of that is we working on ourselves. We working on every situation that we are in. It might not be easy. It is hard. As I said, you losing your patience is you losing the battle. So if you go right off the back and say that I'm done without even trying. You've lost the battle. Without you even thinking, what is my pain? What is my gain? Like, you need to label them out. So it is good to have a conversation with yourself. What is my pain? What is my gain? What am I contributing to this? What am I making out of it? And not money-wise, let me put it that way. But when you sit down and ask yourself, this situation is happening. How am I contributing to that situation? This issue is happening. What did I do to solve it? That's why I said patience is not you waiting. It's you finding the right ingredient. It's you finding the right answer. It's you finding the right attitude whilst you're waiting. Good counseling is very important for your marriage. True. So it's not you sitting there and say, this situation is happening, I'm done. What did you do? How did you contribute to that situation? How did you help in solving that situation? Is what you gotta ask yourself. You have to sit down and find that right attitude. You have to sit down and find that right answer. What did I do wrong? What happened that this happened? What did I say? How was I able to remedy that situation? Have I tried and it's still not working? Have I done this and it's still not working? Have I said that and it's still not working? And as I said, sometimes if it means that you separating yourself from that situation for a minute to gather your thought, to understand where you coming from or where that situation is coming from, then you need to do it. Thanks for joining, Money. Thanks for joining, Bernard. Then you need to do it. Please share to bring somebody on. Then that's what you need to do. But in so doing, do not let somebody make you lose that patience that you have. Do not let any situation let you lose that patience that you need to have. Is your patience defined in you? Or is somebody's situation? Is somebody's attitude? Is somebody's demeanor making you do things that you're not supposed to do? Is that what we are doing? If you are facing or if you've been faced with negative situations, take a minute. Do not make hasty decisions. Do not act on impulse, because that's what most of us do. He said that, so I need to say that. He did this, so I need to do that. Sometimes that's what we do. It's like tit for tat. Why, yeah, he did this, I need to do it. I will show him too that me too, I can say something. I will show her too that me too, you can't just come say anything to me and then go scot-free. We can't do that. Are we humans that we do that sometimes? Yes. Have I done that before? Yes. That's why I said, on here, we learn, we hear, so I'm not even going to sit here and fret that, I haven't done that. Yes, we've all been there before. He said that, so I will show him to me too, I can say that to him. I will show her too that me too, I can do this. What do we gain out of it? At the end of the day, we will end up regretting what we said. We end up regretting how we did what we did. We end up regretting that. And King Sumpit, again, no marriage is perfect. So if you're moving out of this one to go to the next one, then how sure are you that you're not going to have that same situation on there? There is always a saying, the devil you know is better than the angel you don't know. This person you're living with, so you know them, you understand them. You know what makes them tick. But the next person, if you are telling me you are working out and not married, get into another relationship again, then even before you do that, as Miss Jemima says, seek a good counsel. It is always good to talk to somebody about it, not your friend, because your friend, as I said some time back, a listening ear is a running mouth. Your friend, he or she will listen to you all right, but then will take it somewhere else. Patience is a virtue that can help us do so many things that we don't even realize that we can do. Then we keep going till we meet the right one. When you say you keep going till you meet the right one, what do you mean? So you keep jumping from one relationship out of the other. My brother, listen, seek for a good counsel, okay? Talk to somebody, talk to a professional about it, all right? I can give you some things, but as to the right counsel, seek a professional counsel, all right? But then again, what are you doing to remedy that situation is the question I asked, which I'm trying to get an answer for. What are you doing to remedy that situation? What are we doing to remedy that situation? Is our family members contributors to what we are dealing with? Or is just us and you and your spouse? What are you doing about that situation? What remedy have you taken about that situation? Patience is a virtue. Stress, regret, and anger does not help anything. Anger does not help anything. Anger only makes situation worse. Anger only push you to do the things that you don't want to do. Stress make you think that you cannot go on anymore. But patience makes you think through before you go on. Makes you think through before you alter a word. Make you think through. Also, add prayers whilst we seek professional counsel. Very necessary. Avoid sharing much with friends and family. Very true. We've all been a victim on that. Sharing with friends and family. We've all been a victim of that. But we learn as we move on, you know. We learn as we go on. Patient, a lot of patience. Yes. Marriage journey is a long journey that needs a lot. Very true. Long journey. That you need all the patience in the world. You need every iota of it, even if it is that small. You need it. You need it. To lose your patience is to lose the battle. Sometimes you might think that I'm done. Sometimes you say that, let me just throw in the towel. Sometimes it's like, what haven't I done? You know, but then again, when you are hitting that climax of saying, all right, I'm done, I'm walking out, then something reminds you that, hey, what have you done about that situation? Why aren't you a little more patient? Why don't you exercise a little more patience? Why don't you exercise a little more time? Why don't you do things differently? Why don't you say things differently? Why don't you look at situations differently? Sometimes that's what we need to do. Sometimes you have to take that decision. It might be hard, but take that decision that you say to yourself, I know this is happening. I know I am one person that I can't let go when this thing is happening. But I need to learn to be patient. That's why Miss Jemima said a lot of patience. I need to learn to be patient. I need to learn to step back. I need to learn to hold my tongue. That is the word. I need to learn to know when to speak and when not to speak. I need to learn to have self-control. That's what sometimes you need to do. Because that time will come. The times when you think that all is done. The times when you think that you yourself are done. The times when you think that you cannot go on anymore will come. And I'm sure, King Sumpi, you've been in that situation before that you think that, okay, I'm at my breaking point. I've hit it. I can't go on anymore. But then you find that strength again. But for some way, somehow, you end up saying, it is well. And you keep moving on. Some way, somehow, you end up saying, I wish I can do this, but because of this, because of that, I will hold on. Set yourself apart. Step out of that situation. Step out of that conversation. Take a minute for yourself. Breathe when you have to. Breathe. It helps. Breathe. You know, I learned something a while back. And what I learned was that sometimes in a heated situation, right? Or when you are too much overwhelmed, what you do before you even speak is you count in your head 1 to 10. Because by the time you reach 10, you would have gotten something else to say. Before you hit that number, you would have gotten something good that will not make the situation worse, that will not come out wrongly. You would have gotten the right answer for that if you really need to answer that person, or if you really need to answer that situation. Patience is a virtue. Patience is the ability to have the right attitude, the ability to have the right ingredient, the right answer at the right time and at the right place, and not just the ability to wait. Let's be patient in our endeavors. Let's be patient in anything that we do. Let's be patient in our relationships, in our marriages, in anything. Let's be patient. It is not easy. A lot of patience. It is not easy. But you can do it. Learn to have that patience. Learn to pray that, God, I need that patience. I need you to give me that. I need you to give me that heart that I don't have to jump into action right away, but give me the ability to think. Give me the ability to hold myself. Give me the ability to assess the situation and know what to do and know what to say and know how to act in any and every situation. He does not give us anything that we cannot handle. Bible says that through it all, He is with us. Through it all. So we human beings, we might think that our situations are beyond us. We might think that we are drowning. You know, I was telling my mom this a while back. We were talking about something and then about an issue, and I was telling her that, listen, he said, oh, why she asked the question that sometimes she thinks that God has left her. And I'm like, man, do you know what? When you ask God, God will tell you that I made you. You ask yourself, God, why are you taking me into the deepest waters? But you know what He will tell you? He will tell you that I'm taking you into the deepest waters because none of your enemies or none of your adversaries can swim that far. None of your adversaries can go the length that you can go. None of your troubles can meet you where you have gotten to. And so she was like, what do you mean? And then I said to her, I said, listen, if God was supposed to give you your breakthrough now, then you wouldn't see the importance of what He was doing. You wouldn't see how He wanted your enemies to think that they've gotten you. How he wanted your enemies to think that, yes, oh, we've gotten him, we've gotten her. Yes, he can't do anything. But then, bam, He brings your breakthrough. That is what you have to think about your problem. That is what you have to think when you think that you don't have patience anymore. That is what you have to look at when you think that, oh, I've gotten to a point where I can no more go on. If He let you out of that river now, if He let you out of that sea now, your enemies will be able to enjoy or make merry on your situation. Because He wasn't there enough to grant you the strength that you need. Because He wasn't there to hold your hands enough. So sometimes He takes us through the deepest waters He takes us through the deep sea, just so that we will know that, yes, he is with us, just so that he will let our enemies think that they've gotten us. And then when they think that everything that they're doing, they've succeeded, then he raises us up. So hang in there. Ask for that patience. Ask for that. Let that be your prayer each and every day. That, Lord, let me be patient enough in every situation that I do. Lord, let me be patient enough in anything that comes my way, with everything that comes my way. Let me be patient enough. Let me have the ability to step back. Let me have the ability to assess the situation. Let me have the ability to know what to say and how to act. Help maintain a positive outlook. Don't be too much, don't react too quick to every situation. Let patience lead us or make us less prone to bad decisions. Let patience make us less prone to stress. Let patience help us to be less prone to anger, to stress, to making bad decisions that we will regret at the end of the day. Let patience be one of our attributes that we have in anything and everything that we do. To lose your patience is to lose the battle. And is that what we want? Do we want to lose that battle before it even starts? Do we want to lose that battle before we even tackle it? Do we want to lose that battle before we even say that, yes, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me? Do we want to lose that battle? What are you dealing with that you think that you don't have enough patience? What are you dealing with that you think that you cannot go on anymore? What are you dealing with that you think that enough is enough? That you are out of patience? We are work in progress. We have not gotten to our destinations yet. Until we can hit our chest and say that, yes, I have gotten to where I need to get to. I have gotten to where anybody can say anything and everything and anything without me flinching, without me saying anything, without thinking through. We'll keep working on ourselves. We are work in progress. Let's keep working. Let's keep pushing on. Let's keep pushing through. For patience is one thing that you cannot have enough. It's one of the attributes that no one can have enough. You can't have enough patience. But we pray that God grants us that patience. We pray that God grant us that ability to be able to know when to answer to every situation, or what we need to do to answer to every situation. Let us work on to help us maintain a positive outlook in anything and everything that we do. This is a dose of encouragement. We come your way every Saturday morning, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 a.m. GMT time. Today we've gone over a little bit of our time, but it was necessary. We needed this. It was necessary to digest it. You might think that everybody is doing well. You might think that people come out here on social media, put pictures out there, looking happy and all that. You might think that people are not going through a lot. Everybody has something to deal with. Everybody has things that they're going through. But we pray that through it all, we will have patience. Through it all, we will see what God is doing. Through it all, we will know that He does not give us anything that we cannot handle. Stay strong. Keep your head up. Stay positive. Keep going on. Regardless of how the situation look now, regardless of how things look now, you will surely get there. Regardless of how things go now, regardless of what is going on now, you will be able to be on top. You will be able to get out of it. You will be able, and you will sit there and you say to yourself, so is this me? Was I even able to do that? Was I able to exercise that patience? Was I able to do that? Hey, was I able to season my word before saying anything, or without saying, before talking about this issue? And you realize that everything is coming together for you. Everything is working for you. So keep on. It might be hard. It might be stressful. You might think that you are at your breaking point. But you will surely get there. Let patience lead us. Let love lead us. It doesn't matter what we're going through. It doesn't matter what the situation is. It doesn't matter what you feel is not going on well with you. Always learn to have patience. Always learn. Always have conversation with yourself. As Miss Jemima said, patience, being patient is maturity. Being patient, you cannot have enough. You cannot have enough. You cannot. But we pray that God grant us the patience that we all need. We pray that He continues to be our helper. We pray that He will continue to grant us the ability to assess every situation before we go on. Thank you so much for joining me every Saturday morning. Thank you so much for your support for this course. Thank you so much. The team of A Dose of Encouragement Incorporated, we say that we are grateful to you because you keep supporting us. If you are here and you haven't followed us yet on Facebook here, or if you haven't even subscribed to our website yet to get our weekly newsletters, then please do on www.adoseofencouragement.com, and we will be able to answer you, or you will be able to get access to everything and anything that this organization is doing at the end of the day. Hey baby, that's my son. We'll be able to do. Somebody's writing my teeth is too white. Your teeth is white. I don't know what that means, but thank you for my teeth being white. But thank you all so much. I'm sorry, my son is thank you all so much, and may God help us all. If you haven't, as I was saying, if you haven't followed us yet, please do, and you will get notification anytime that we come on here. You get notification to come on. Say hello. Hello. That's my son. So until I come your way again next week, my name is Amanda, and I am your host. I will come your way every Saturday morning, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 a.m. GMT time. And see you next week. Have a blessful week. Have a blessful Saturday morning. And to my state people, happy Labor Day to everybody out there in the labor force. Happy Labor Day to you all. And until I come your way again, I sign out. Stay blessed and have a fruitful weekend and have a fruitful week ahead. Bye for now.